Welcome to the Small Business Development Center. The Alaska SBDC has been operating since 1986 and has offices throughout the state of Alaska that serve for-profit small businesses. The way the structure works is we receive a federal grant from the Small Business Administration along with the grant from the state of Alaska. We are also part of the Business Enterprise Institute through the University of Alaska Anchorage, and we are employees of the university. The Alaska SBDC provides three primary services to small business owners: free, confidential, one-on-one business advising, small business workshops, and small business tools and referrals. To learn more about us or to register to become a client, please visit our website at www.aksbdc.org. I'm Stacy Stegar, Industry Specialist here at the Alaska Small Business Development Center, and I'm pleased to review this informative guide on opening a child care center in Alaska, what you need to know about licensing, regulations, insurance, and more. Just a reminder that all text that is green underlined is a direct link to the document listed. Let's get started. Before you take any action, you're going to want to do a little bit of research. And there's a couple of documents on here that can help you with that. Check out the Alaska SBDC Starting a Business Workshop and ask yourself the 20 questions before starting a business. Some things for you to consider: will you have a physical location outside of your primary residence? If so, are you going to lease, buy, or build a space? If your business will be in your home, make sure that you check with your zoning, covenants, and neighborhood rules. You'll need to determine how many children you want to care for. What ages do you want to work with? Answering these questions and more will help determine how your business is defined and regulated by state of Alaska agencies. You'll want to research your costs. The Alaska SBDC has tools to help you create financial projections and help get started with basic bookkeeping. After you've done all of the research and you're ready to proceed, you'll want to determine whether or not you can be a legally exempt provider. Child care providers who are otherwise exempt from licensure and who are approved to provide child care services to children whose families receive child care assistance include approved relative child care providers, in-home care providers, Department of Defense and Coast Guard certified providers, and tribal approved providers. Legally exempt care. In addition to the approved relative and in-home child care providers that may participate in the child care assistance program, a provider may choose not to participate and still operate legally by caring for no more than 4 children unrelated to them. Since the provider is not eligible to participate in the child care assistance program, parents are responsible to pay the full amount of the child care costs. If you qualify in any of these exempt categories, you may not need a child care license. Please call the State of Alaska Child Care Licensing Specialist at the following numbers to confirm this. In the state of Alaska, child care licensing requirements, governing codes, statutes, and regulations are governed by 2 government entities based on your business location. Child care licensing requirements for the state of Alaska are based on state of Alaska codes, child care licensing statutes, and regulations. Child care licensing requirements for the municipality of Anchorage are based on MOA codes and state of Alaska child care licensing statutes and regulations. If your business will be in the municipality, you must use the applications and forms specific to the municipality. Although the documents look similar to the SOA forms, the information may be quite different. All municipality documents will have the MOA logo on them. Before beginning operation, you must get a provisional childcare license from the State of Alaska Division of Health and Human Services, Division of Public Assistance. The application process can be lengthy. The time it will take to become licensed will vary case by case, but it would be prudent to plan on a minimum of 90 days before your application is approved. An on-site inspection will also be conducted as part of the application process. Once you have met the requirements for licensure, a provisional childcare license will be issued for your childcare facility with an effective date of the first day of the following month. A provisional childcare license is issued for a period of 1 year, during which time your facility will be monitored through announced and unannounced inspections and investigations to ensure compliance with childcare licensing regulations and requirements. You must be able to demonstrate compliance with childcare licensing statutes and regulations in order to remain licensed and be eligible to renew your license and receive a biennial childcare license. Please note, a licensed childcare facility found out of compliance with childcare licensing requirements may be subject to enforcement actions, including but not limited to specific conditions, fines, revocation or non-renewal of licensure, and/or revocation of the ability to provide childcare services in the state of Alaska. The information on this slide is in regard to the SOA provisional license and the MOA provisional license. These documents include application requirements, organization chart and staffing chart, facility policy and procedures, plans and rules, additional approvals needed by state, borough, and local governments, provisional childcare licensing orientation, on-site inspections, plan review fees, license fees, and general liability insurance requirements, provisional childcare license issuance. Also included in this document are links to additional forms, plans, and checklists. To start your childcare business, you will have to have a State of Alaska business license. When applying for that, it will require a NAICS code. The code used should be 624410. Information below is why you need a NAICS code, how to get a business license in Alaska, and information on choosing the NAICS code for your small business. You'll also need a borough, municipality of Anchorage, and a city business license where applicable, and a state of Alaska child care provider license unless you are legally exempt. There's a link below to the State of Alaska child care licensing brochure. The municipality of Anchorage does not have a brochure. One of the first things that you're going to want to do is purchase insurance. If your childcare business is in your home, you'll want to check with your insurance provider about additional coverage. Many companies offer a daycare childcare policy that, when added to your policy, is an extension of your homeowner's insurance. Center owners should research other types of coverage, such as daycare liability insurance, to ensure that personal and professional assets are covered. Ask your insurance provider about additional coverage that may protect you, your business, and/or your personal property. And be sure that your agent has experience insuring childcare businesses to determine an appropriate liability limit and any additional coverage that you may need. For more information, see the Alaska SBDC Business Insurance for Small Businesses workshop. In addition to general liability insurance, if you have employees, you will need to carry workers' compensation insurance. Business owners with no employees are usually exempt from workers' compensation. However, some contracts may require a childcare business of any size to carry coverage. Workers' compensation covers employees' medical expenses in the event that they are injured on the job. It can replace lost wages. It may provide death benefits, limits the probability of an employee lawsuit, protects your business from lawsuits, and most importantly, is required by state law for employers with employees. Next, you'll want to register for taxes, applying for an employer identification number or EIN with the IRS. If you are a sole proprietor without employees, your Social Security can be used instead of an EIN, and you can skip this step. But if you need one, your EIN will act as your business ID, and it's also known as a federal tax ID or tax ID number, TIN. You'll need it for business banking accounts, hiring employees, and tax reporting. There's a link below to the IRS website to apply for your EIN. For your operational setup, you'll want to arrange for financing if needed. See the SBA loans and what the lender requires workshop, or talk to an Alaska SBDC advisor for more information and guidance. Again, set up a business bank account and consider applying for a business credit card. Hire a bookkeeper or accountant if you don't want to fulfill those roles yourself, or purchase bookkeeping software such as QuickBooks. The Alaska SBDC offers a basic bookkeeping for entrepreneurs workshop to get you started. Branding and marketing. While researching whether or not you were going to pursue opening a childcare center, you were asked to think about your niche, or who is my customer and what makes my services unique. Your niche market can be used to identify and help develop your brand. Branding should begin before opening your childcare center and taken into consideration when picking out design, decor, and fixtures for your business to create a cohesive image. Consider hiring a professional to develop your logo and branding kits for print and online uses. Hire a branding specialist locally, or if that's not available and feasible, check out sites like Fiverr or Design Crowd. Once your logo brand kit is complete and before opening, make a Facebook and Instagram account and start posting. If social media is not your thing, consider hiring a professional to manage your social media marketing efforts. Ask your business advisor for a referral to find a qualified provider. And build a website. This can be hired out if you don't feel comfortable doing it yourself. You'll also want to order business cards and/or appointment cards, and order rack cards with a list of services and pricing. When running any business, it's important to understand how cash flows through the business and where the break-even is. Clearly understanding your operating costs and market prices can help a business owner price services, see where costs can be cut, or where funds are most efficiently spent. For more information regarding cash flow, see the Alaska SBDC break-even worksheet, the financial model worksheets, and/or speak to an Alaska SBDC advisor. So if you've done all of the research and you still have questions, get help from the Alaska SBDC. They provide resources, workshops, and no-cost business advice. Assistance is provided by experienced business advisors and experts through on-site and/or online interactions or training, and at no cost to the client. Register to work with an Alaska SBDC business advisor by clicking the green word. Finally, additional resources. We've listed on here many other places that you can find information about opening a child care business in the state of Alaska, including licensing policy and procedures manuals, child care forms, EPA training, webinars, and resources for child care providers, food and nutrition services, Healthy Kids, Healthy Future, and the Alaska Administrative Code for Child Care Facility Licensing. Thank you so much for joining us for opening a child care center in Alaska. I hope you found this resource guide useful.